Jen McEwen with the town of Hilton Head Island, and I'm thrilled to see you today. We've been waiting 2 long years to dedicate this beautiful piece. So I will not delay this any longer, and I will introduce Mayor John McCann. Thank you.
You know, the mayor pro tem said I should either title is Blowing in the Wind. He says like a politician. And I said, I'll refer to you doing that, Blowing in the Wind. Good morning. What a pleasure it is to be here together this morning in this beautiful sculpture on the island. So often we have sculpture that we can't really identify with. This is outstanding, really outstanding. This sculpture exists because of the community recognition of the value of the arts in creating a vibrant place. Over the past years, through the support of the town council, the community foundation of the Lowcountry, and many generous residents, we have been able to grow our public art collection and add a vibrancy to the class of Hilton Head. This creative piece adds a collection that we have been around for years, with a spectacular location for this sculpture at Hilton Head Airport, which is growing and bringing in visitors. It's monumental to our community, and this sets apart who we really are, this sculpture here. Here we have many visitors to get their first impression of the island and the beautiful of the island. And this sculpture demonstrates that along the way. Our special thanks to Michael Marks, the chairman of the Arts Council of Hilton Head, John Rembo, the director of the airport, leading initiative. We also thank our partners at the county who support the inclusion of the sculpture here at the entrance to the airport. I must say, you know, the rain stopped for a reason. I mean, it stopped because this is a beautiful piece of art. It stopped because we can bring you people out today. Although the artist is not a Atlanta Brave fan or a Atlanta Falcon fan, he's a Buffalo Bill fan. He still does great work, and we appreciate him here. You know, but anyway, I thank the community for supporting this. So thank you for all coming out this morning. I thank the artists who are from Buffalo, New York. Everybody says they're from New York. They don't really mean New York. It could be someplace else like Buffalo or Syracuse. But it is truly beautiful. We have a lot of work on the island. This is truly beautiful. I really appreciate it. And with that, I'd like to introduce John Rembo to say a few words.
Good morning. As Mayor McCann said, my name is John Rembold. I'm the airport director here at Hilton Head Island Airport. Kevin, I didn't know you're a Bills fan. I like you even more now. I'm a lifelong Bills fan. Grew up just south of Buffalo, so welcome. You've got a place here anytime you need it, Kevin, I promise. But seriously, this all started several years ago, and this is a true collaborative effort between the town of Hilton Head Island and Beaufort County. We've got the unique pleasure of being a county airport, a county department right in the heart of Hilton Head Island. So we work together on everything that we do. And this was a joint project, like I said, between the town of Hilton Head Island and Beaufort County. So we're excited to have this. I was trying to think back over the years as to how the art piece really got started here, where the idea came from. And the best that I can come up with, and Michael hasn't refuted me yet on that, but I think that Michael called me one day when we were involved in the project and had won some grant money to do this. And Michael called me and said, John, I've got an idea. And having known Michael for several years before that, I said, well, this has got to be good. I better pay attention and we'll do something great here. And sure enough, he explained to me how the program works. And I was interested immediately because at that point we had one piece of art in the terminal, and we're definitely anxious to have more examples and experiences of art on the airport. And I told Michael, I said, well, he asked me, you know, how are we going to select a piece? Because there's a jury. And I said, well, juries has a negative connotation to me. But I said, we really need to use this jury because I said, Michael, I don't really get art. But I now have a daughter who's an art student at Clemson, so I get art now. But I don't know that getting art is really the point. You know, I think art is not about getting it. It means something different to everybody. And when Michael took me on the tour, it was a day kind of like this. It was a little bit wet. and we looked at the different pieces, and Humanus was definitely, you know, very high on my list. It kind of looked to me like a piece that would really fit in well at the airport. And I think it does. I think it does beautifully. I think it's a perfect place for it. I'm really excited to have art at the airport, and we hope to grow that program over the years. As we develop the terminal and complete the upgrades here in the next couple of years, we really want to see an infusion of arts and culture from Hilton Head Island here at the airport, so that as soon as visitors come off of their airplanes and start their vacation, they understand, you know, the real meaning, the history, and the culture of Hilton Head Island before they hit the tennis course, before they hit the beaches and the golf courses. We want them to feel what Hilton Head Island is at that point. So I thank everybody, all the past members of the Arts Council. Councilman McKellen, thank you for being here. Our Deputy Administrator, Whitney Richland, is here, and all the other supporters. We thank you. It's a team effort. We can't do anything without this support. So I appreciate that, and with that, I will turn it over to Michael Marks.
Thank you, John, and good morning, everyone. As it's been mentioned, the journey for Humanus started back in 2018, and as you can see as you're looking at this piece of art, it's reclaimed steel. Humanus was selected as the best in show of the 2018 public art exhibition that is staged at the Coastal Discovery Museum over at Honeyhorn. We are pleased to have today Kevin, as he's already been recognized as a Buffalo fan. Kevin also is a former resident of the Lowcountry, but he's relocated up to North Carolina, right around into the Raleigh area, so he's still close by. Kevin, congratulations on this achievement. I want to read Kevin's thoughts about this piece, and I'd like you to look at the piece and not look at me, because this pretty much describes it. It says, pairing industry with nature, Humanus blossoms and grows within the industrial beings, embracing the bonds of family, strength, community, and oneness of humanity. I think those are very appropriate thoughts, certainly for this time right now. So I think Kevin really hit this right on the button. The history of the public art program started even 12 years prior to Kevin's winning the Best in Show, when a group of board members from the Community Foundation were sitting around and suddenly realized that there was no public art on Hilton Head Island. This was in 2007, I believe. So the next thing you know, the town of Hilton Head Island, the leaders there, the Community Foundation board, they got together and they formed a partnership. Within this partnership, the Community Foundation offered up $50,000 in seed money, and they offered to manage the program. And then the partnership with the town agreed to support the program with $25,000 a year towards its operation. From that, over the years, the permanent collection that we now have on Hilton Head has grown to 12 pieces through that partnership. These pieces are installed all the way throughout the island, and hopefully you've seen them and enjoy them as you either pass by or engage them individually. It's important to recognize and thank the town's elected leaders. Many of them have been recognized and are here today. It's important to thank their staff, who have also been very supportive. I do want to thank the board and the staff of the Community Foundation, who also was very supportive in the early years of this program. But most importantly, I want to thank the many citizen volunteers who served on the Public Art Committee. And this committee managed the process. They raised additional monies for the process. They staged the public art exhibitions, and they selected the pieces that became permanent here on the island. Many of you all are here today. I know we have two of the chairs here. We have Beth Mayo, was a chair at one point, and we have Mark Baker back here, who was a chair at the other point. So, and again, there's a couple of other committee members spread throughout the crowd here, so thank you all for showing up. we'll fast forward to 2017, and the town established the Office of Cultural Affairs. It was at this point that everybody thought, the Community Foundation and the town of Hilton Head Island, that it was a natural happenstance to transfer the operation of the public art program back to the town. So we've done that under the leadership of Jen McEwen. Since that transition in 4 short years, we've added 3 more public art pieces to the island, bringing the total to 15 now in this short history. And now I'm also pleased to announce we have 4 more pieces that will be installed within the next year. So be looking for that. That'll bring us up to almost 20 pieces in a very short period of time. And again, it's thanks to the generosity and support of many people. In closing, I want to thank John Rembo for engaging me and kind of hearing me out on that. I think it's worked out really well. I've heard many people compliment the new entrance here, both the signage and the sculpture piece. I want to thank the Beaufort County elected officials for their support and also the town of Hilton Head as we have placed this piece here on this wonderful site. Thank you everyone for coming, and I think that closes off our ceremony. Thank you. Uh-oh, we have an artist who wants to talk.
All right, well, thanks for letting me speak. I figure I better take advantage of this while I got everybody here. So we've established I'm from Buffalo. I grew up climbing on the, mountains of scrap in the industrial scrap yards just outside of Buffalo. So I'm used to big hills of material and scraps and drops and repetitive pieces and all that. And I, fell in love with metalwork, forging, casting, fabricating, and had access to all that beautiful material there. And just, that has been driving me now for the last 35 years now or something like that. This piece, I went to East Carolina University in Greenville, North Carolina. Sonia and I, and Sonia's here, she grew up on the island. She's part of the Landwehr family here on the island. And from spending a little time in Moncure, North Carolina, which is back where we're at now, we came here to help take care of the family and, take over the business and just live here for a while we needed to. This piece here was actually built right here on the island. I had a shop right on Shrimp Lane, right off of Matthews Drive there, and between the mattress place and the AutoZone right there. Had a great metal building down there, and there's a good little community of people there, and just had about 1,800 square feet to work out of. This piece was built there. The pieces, some of this stuff came from some of the scrap yards around here. Some of the material from North Carolina that I brought down, and then some of them even came from old buildings that had gotten torn down around here. So there's a history to the pieces, and I'm super excited to do what I do with this work, because it is taking a stiff, rigid beam, breathing new life into it, and playing off of the relationship. You can see the generations going on in this piece. The young ones around the bottom, the tallest one up there, you can see multiple branches coming out of there, so a little more growth going on now. This is one of the more stiffer pieces, shall we say. I've got other ones in my shop right now where these pieces are, you know, full body twists and bending around. I think one of the early pieces I put in the first show that they did here involved that, a duet, shall we say. And so I'm back in North Carolina, back in the studio there, and plugging away on just kind of gathering up beams and pushing forward. My goal is to bigger, wider, taller. So yeah, maybe you'll see that one in the next show that you guys do. But yeah, I won't be a stranger, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.